So now that we know how to navigate our storyboard, we're going to be diving deep into why exactly storyboards are so important. They're actually the heart of your film. And what we're going to learn throughout this session as we learn how to turn your storyboards into incredible film. Okay, let's dive in. So first is storyboarding matters because without a storyboard, you just have disjointed visuals, right? You have this shot here, this clip there. It's not a film. A storyboard ultimately dictates the film, the shots, order, pacing, and continuity. And a great storyboard plus solid director's notes is going to make films you're proud of. Ultimately, storyboarding plus director's notes are really the pre-production of your AI film. And what's pretty remarkable is that the production is just as easy as clicking a button. We're going to cover that in our next section. But seriously, production is you clicking a button. AI handles all the production for you. But what's also pretty remarkable is that AI also generates the storyboard automatically for you too. The whole deal is that you can edit this storyboard and ensure it's exactly what you want. So there's two core parts of the storyboard, really the anatomy of the storyboard. The first is the shot list. The shot list is an editable plan for each shot. It contains three major parts. The video prompt, which is auto-generated. That video prompt is what will be fed into the video AI models along with the start and end frame to actually make the video. Essentially, think of it as they get start frame, which is the image of what starts the actual video, plus the video prompt. And those two things together actually create the video. This is why making sure your video prompt is really aligned with the action you want, is consistent and aligned with the start frame, not contradictory, so it doesn't confuse the video model, and also reflects your creative vision is hyper important. Next is the shot list contains your characters, settings, and objects present in that shot. These character settings and objects, as you'll see, are what influence the actual start frame. Essentially, we take the image of the character setting and object present in your director's notes and use that to actually create the start frame specific to that shot. This is how the magic of Creatorwood works in terms of actually maintaining consistency throughout your film. Next is the dialogue, action, and camera notes. These are super duper fun. Essentially, the dialogue, action, and camera notes is what dictates what happens in your film. These influence the video prompt. For instance, the dialogue itself will be what the character says in the shot. The action is, what's happening in the shot. And then the camera notes are how the camera moves and the camera angle of the shot itself. These three things, when put together, form your shot list. And the shot list itself is what directly influences the frames, start and frames in particular. These are what anchor the shot visually and really show you the visual continuity, progression, and consistency of your film. Now, what's really crucial is that the video prompt, character settings and objects present, and the dialogue, action, and camera notes all influence your start frame. So if you want to actually make a better start frame, you'll want to actually change the video prompt and oftentimes change the character settings and objects present in that shot to improve the start frame. And once you're happy with your start frames, again, the shot list plus the frame itself, specifically the video prompt, is what ends up creating that final shot with, of course, video, sound effects, dialogue, and more combined. So how the video prompt works is we auto-generate the prompt from your story during processing. Any change you make in the storyboard, whether it's dialogue, action, presence, or camera, will update the video prompt. And the prompt, again, plus the start and end frames are the inputs that generate your final video output for that specific shot. Now, what we're going to be going over in this module is a shot list checklist, which kind of is a mouthful. But what we want to confirm before moving on and generating video are the following things. One is, are the scenes and shots in the right sequence? Is there anything missing? Two is the coverage. Do the shots sufficiently tell the story or the moment that we're actually going to be, going into AI film production with? Next is presence. Are the correct characters, settings, and objects in each shot? Sometimes you might have a wrong character in a specific shot or the wrong setting in a specific shot. We'll want to change these in our shot list before generating the start frame, and even more crucially, before generating the video. Next is versions. We want to ensure that the correct wardrobes, settings versions, and more are all in there. Is it, a Christmas setting versus normal or more? We also want to make sure that the camera movement and the action of the shot are correct. Is there clear action, clear camera notes with a movement, angle, and focus? And then lastly is dialogue. Is it accurate? Is it trimmed? And does it match intent? These things put together essentially will allow you to understand if you're going to have the shot list create the videos that you want. And what's really important here is, you could go and create video, of course, and then fix the video, but video costs $20 per minute. It's pretty, again, inexpensive in comparison to traditional filmmaking, but it can add up if you're constantly regenerating minute after minute of video. Meanwhile, if you take time to get your shot list and start frames right, which start frames cost a fraction of what videos cost, you can spend way less and not have the pain of constantly regenerating video by doing this step right. Now, there's also a video prompt quality check that we want to go through in detail, and I'll show you this process in a later session. We ultimately want to ask of each shot, does the prompt reflect the intended action and emotion? Are character names and physical descriptions consistent with director's notes? If there's something that is inconsistent, this could cause an issue. And then, are there contradictions? Is it something that the action says night, but the setting is day? And is the language specific, but not overloaded? We don't want to be vague, but we don't want to give either contradictory or too many details. There's also the start and end frames checklist. So frames cost 1 coin to 2 coins each, and it's worth it to nail the quality here with fewer regenerations. So for continuity, we want to make sure that characters, setting, and objects match the shot's intent. So are we actually showing, the right things in there? Next is consistency. We want to make sure that the appearance matches the director's notes and the chosen versions. We also want to make sure there's clean shots, that there's no weird artifacts or aberrations in the background. And then last is the progression. We want to see that the start and end frames visually track the action. And if it doesn't, if we're not seeing a clear visual progression throughout our scene, we might want to either delete shots, change shots around to actually create a more visually engaging scene. So some common fixes for generating here are to reorder or add a missing shot to complete the beat, swap a character version or a setting version to fit the moment, tighten dialogue, or move non-visual info into action notes, simplify crowded shots. Ultimately, fewer characters and objects for clarity is best. Having lots of characters and lots of objects in one shot can confuse the models. And this feels self-explanatory, but having multiple settings in one scene can really confuse the models. So that's important too. And then ultimately rephrasing camera notes so that it's not like super complicated compound camera movements in one shot. That will be difficult to execute on. This is a lot. This module is probably the most important in this entire course. And candidly, this is probably the time that is going to be the most time intensive step, right? If we nail this and you get a right system down, you can fly through your storyboards and make amazing videos that you're not spending a ton of money on. If you do this step wrong, it can take tons of time and ultimately cost you tons of money later when you're getting video that you don't like and have to continue regenerating. This is a very, very crucial step. It's a ton of fun, actually, once you dive into it. Like, this is a ton of fun, but it's really, really important to get this right. So this is a module not to skip any sessions, to pay attention to what we're saying, and ultimately to reach out and ask our team for help at hello@creatorwood.tv. We're here to serve you. So to review what we're going to be going through this module up front, you'll know now in detail how shot list plus frames drive video generation. You'll be able to audit a storyboard for coverage, order, presence, and clarity. You'll be able to basically ensure that the video prompts are high quality and match your action and dialogue. And then you'll be able to validate start and end frames for continuity before you generate. This is where the real magic begins. You're going from storyteller to director. And let's get started with our next session where we can really dive in.